King Richard is the newest film about the father of Serena and Venus Williams, the two international tennis stars. And just to show you how much I don't watch tennis, I've heard of Serena Williams before. I'd never even heard of Venus Williams before. I know, some tennis fans will be like, oh, this guy's an idiot, unsubscribe. It's a good movie, let me tell you why. Hey everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I'm sending you all positive vibes your way, and today I'm going to give you my honest, no BS take on King Richard and tell you if it's worth a watch. If you guys are new here and you want to see more early movie reviews just like this, hang out live streams where we talk about movies and movie reactions, then this is the place for you. Consider hitting like and subscribe, join the family. I really do appreciate all the support, and so do my partners at Movie Scene Canada. Make sure you check them out down below as well. So, we got King Richard from director Reinaldo Marcus Green, and he has directed Joe Bell. I have a review for that movie as well. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. This movie is much better, and Monsters and Men. And it stars Will Smith and Aunjanue Ellis, and Saniyya Sidney as Venus Williams, and Demi Singleton as Serena Williams, along with Jon Bernthal and a lot of other people. So, is this movie worth a watch? If you need a movie to make you feel inspired, motivated, emotionally moved, encouraged, and to make you feel like you can do anything, this is the movie for you. Now, a little bit of a tangent here, and I promise I do have a point on this. Some critics will run a film through the film school report card, basically just say acting, check, cinematography, check, story, X, and basically form a review on that point. I understand that thinking, because I do it too. However, when I'm recommending movies to friends and recommending movies to people, I don't want to just say to my dad, oh, the cinematography is really good, you're going to like this movie. The way that movies speak to me, and the reason why I even love movies in the first place, and the reason why I even wanted to start this YouTube channel and talk to you guys about movies and share my passion for them, is because I believe that a great film can change you. A great film can make you look at your own life, and you become a different person after walking out of the theater. You become a different person than when you walked in. You feel like you just escaped to some other reality and you came back changed. King Richard is one of those movies, in my mind at least. Of course, every movie is different for every single person, and I think that the best reviews are the ones that say, this is how this film affected me, and then you give objective points, but every single film review is subjective. This movie, for me, really emotionally moved me. And to be honest, I would rather watch a movie that might have some costume issues and the cinematography might not be the best in the world, but if it has a story and characters that I got emotionally attached to, I'd rather watch that movie any day than a movie that might be technically sound but really boring. But let's talk about King Richard. I love the themes and the subject matter that this movie tackles. That's the main reason why I love this movie, because I'm not a big tennis fan. But this movie makes me want to watch tennis. This movie makes me want to get out my old rackets and play again. I used to play when I was like 11. I went to some tennis camp and haven't really played since. But during the game, during the match, I was like clapping after every single point. I'm like, it's just a movie, but I was just so invested. But anyways, the themes of this movie. You hear this phrase many times. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That hit me. I loved seeing King Richard Williams, the father, played by Will Smith. He had a brochure that he would send out to different tennis coaches saying, I have a plan for these two girls' careers. Down to the T. They were like 10 years old, we're gonna practice, and then we're gonna get to these million dollar contracts. And just the perseverance. It's so encouraging to see. You're looking at your own life and going, okay, well, I need to have that perseverance too. And it's so wonderful to see a character like this go through so much adversity. And so many times when people would just go, nah, it didn't faze him whatsoever. It's a very endearing quality to have. And Will Smith, and I will get to his performance soon, really portrayed that in an excellent way. It also talks about the subject matter of having parents be so involved with their children and their success. And you see when Venus Williams is talking to other tennis coaches and talking to other tennis players around her age, and when she beats them, they are just freaking out and the parents are like, you are such a disgrace to this family. And I think about like the Honey Boo Boo mom, or like those little girl pageant moms who are clearly just living through their daughters. And it talks about how parents will sometimes feel like they're not worth it. So they really push their children to be successful, to go like, hey, that's my kid, now I feel worthy. And sometimes that can get really dangerous. Now, Venus Williams and Serena Williams did love tennis, but sometimes it did feel like he was really pushing them in a direction that they didn't really want to go in. And I just loved how the film tackled that subject matter of, hey, sometimes you just need to have your kids do what they're passionate about and not go down the same path that you wanted to. I also love how it talks about being confident in your abilities and how just believing that you can do it is really such a huge component to the success of those players. And it's not just in tennis players. You see it in businessmen and in doctors and in lawyers and in business women as well, whatever. Just the belief that you can do it really goes such a long way. It's so endearing to see how confident Venus Williams was at like 13 years old. I mean, I wish that I had her confidence. I'm jealous. And it also tackles the subject about marriage and being a team and communication and talking about being on the same page. Now let's talk about Will Smith. He better get the Oscar. He was absolutely fantastic in this movie. And I don't think if he wins it, it's gonna be one of those like, oh, he just needed an Oscar, so we're just gonna give it to him this time. I really do believe that he deserves it for this movie. Now, I haven't seen many other Oscar contenders, or I don't know who the other nominations are at this point for Best Actor, but I would really like to see Will Smith get it because you really feel the passion and the determination and the perseverance in his performance of a father who just really wants the best for his daughters and really believes in them and is pushing them so hard and has a plan out for their entire life. It is crazy to think like he had it all written out. And I'm not a big guy into the whole law of attraction and manifestation stuff. I've dabbled into it a little bit, but hey, if he could do that and just write it out and write it out and write it out, and then subconsciously he's like, okay, we need to do everything according to this plan, it's really endearing. And just seeing Will Smith on screen and just giving those really heartfelt, emotional moments, he is fantastic. But his wife, played by Aunjanue Ellis, wow, she was fantastic too. There were a couple scenes where I thought she was even out acting Will Smith. There was a scene where she was just going at him, saying, this is what you were doing as a father. I've been by your side the entire time. I'm doing it for my daughters. I'm like, holy crap. Some of the best acting I've seen all year, really. Jon Bernthal as Rick Macy, I thought he was great as well. He was funny. And the girls as well. I mean, man, they're just, all the performances in this movie are just fantastic. And what's also great about it is that it's 2 hours and 26 minutes. And you might be thinking to yourself, man, that is a long movie. It didn't feel long at all. I was really wanting it to keep going. That is a very good sign. When a movie is that long, and I'm not checking my watch, I'm not just waiting for it to be over, that's a very good sign, and you want it to continue. And like I said earlier, when a film tackles a subject matter or is about a certain thing that you're not really into and you want to learn more about it because of the movie, that's also a good sign. Again, I'm not the biggest tennis guy. However, watching this movie, I'm like, yeah, I want to watch tennis now. I want to go to my local court with my rackets and tennis balls and just play a couple rounds. And I mean, yeah, sure, it reminded me of playing the Wii, right? But man, what a great movie. Honestly, I wrote down 4 out of 5 here, but the more I'm talking about it, yeah, I'm doing it. 5 out of 5. I loved it because it has everything in a movie that I love to see. It's about the rags to riches story for a little bit. It is a sports biopic, which I do love, but it transcends those normal tropes that we get in sports biopics, and it really is about perseverance and the push-pull of having a father be so involved in a child's success that you might not really pay attention to what the child wants. This is a great movie, guys. It's one of the best of the year. I don't know if it is my favorite, but it really was a fantastic movie. I hope it gets a lot of Oscar nominations. I hope it does. And I hope that Will Smith wins. I heard some politics about like, oh, he's a lock for it already. Who knows? Again, I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I would like to see him win, but if he doesn't, well, Will, you had a great performance here. Well done. So what about you guys? Have you guys seen King Richard? And do you guys watch tennis? Have you guys watched Venus and Serena on the court? Let me know if you guys have. And again, guys, hit like and subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.